Get off my computer. Get off my computer. Get off the computer. Good morning and hi to hello. Well, hi to hello. I'm kidding. I'm not eating cat food. Good morning, everybody. Hey, friends. Thank y'all for joining me. Guess what? I'm tired. It's 8 o'clock my time and I'm exhausted. I'm sore, but I'm also still living on cloud nine. I tell you what, yesterday was a huge success. We're just so very blessed to have met some really awesome people, and everything went without a hitch. I could not find a person, not here at the property or at the event, who had a, well, I mean, there was a line. There's always going to be complaints about how long the line is, but I don't think there's much you can do about that. I'm just happy it wasn't raining. I'm happy it wasn't windy and it wasn't cold. It was a beautiful sunny day. I think the high temperature was about 85 or 84. I think it got up to be about 85 or 84. So it wasn't that hot the entire time, but it did warm up a little bit. But I saw my dad's video this morning. I also watched Bud and Stephanie's video from yesterday. Tina and Rob already posted about it. Of course, Jamie and I both went live. So I have coffee brewing. So I've already did the feed up. I did the feed up this morning. So today's live is just going to be kind of a debrief and an unwind, if you'll allow me that, with a cup of coffee. I've already fed all the animals. These are the last two here. They're just starving. You can see they're just both starving. Lorena goes, I've watched all the videos from the meet and greet. I hope that you enjoyed them. If you have not seen it, one of the most beautiful parts of all the videos you're going to watch is towards the end of my dad's video. Once he's back home and he gets emotional talking about the number of just how beautiful it was and how inspiring it was to see so many people travel so far to wait in that kind of a line and just to have a chance to put their arms around them and give them some kisses. My dad got so many kisses. People kiss my dad. I don't know what he has. Why do I want to kiss on my dad for? People just kiss my dad. People kiss my dad. I don't know why they kiss him. I think because they think he's safe, okay? They don't kiss me. I have to ask for kisses. They just kiss my dad because we love Pawpaw. Well, thanks a lot for those who love Pawpaw and just shower him with real kisses. In my dad's video, he never stops video. He's always got cameras always on record, and you hear everyone's kissing on my dad. My dad got so much kissing yesterday. I had to ask for kisses. I got a couple. But no, we had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I'm blessed that I was able to ran across Animal Boy. Yes, Animal Boy was there, David. And I gave him my camera. And I says, do me a favor. I'll give you a couple of dollars. I don't want people just to have to be sitting right here leaning against the side of my truck watching me. I says, go out and video people. Talk to people if you can. Just go out. What's wrong with you cats? That's kind of scary. They both know something's going on. And I have no idea. I'm clueless. I'm like clueless. And my cats are like, something's going down. Okay. But no, I had Animal Boy, a.k.a. David, a very polite young man. And his grandfather brought him down, which was just really sweet. Oh no, Animal Boy, you don't got to talk about the details. Animal Boy's telling y'all details. Animal Boy, you did. But I see Gemma and Rita in the background running around. They've already had their breakfast, guys. Now they're just being silly. The animals did great over here. Well, Miss Brandy, let's not be critical. I see Animal Boy as a blessing, and what he did to me was a favor. And what he did to a lot of you as a favor, because it actually gave you an insight to what was going on. Otherwise, you would have been stuck in one location, seeing one person, and nobody wants to see that. But with video creating and learning to carry a camera around, you have to learn that you got to learn to move slow, kind of robotic. I always joke, you got to be kind of robotic. You got to just kind of robotically, you can't do this. And so you learn, and every creator gets better. Why are you making that horrible face at? Could I go pour my coffee right quick? Would you guys be okay with that if I just go pour my coffee? I'll be right back, and I'll leave this cat here to entertain you all, okay? I will leave Nikki Bella here to entertain everybody. Turn around and face everybody while you eat, okay? I'll be right back. All right. All right, I'm going to move you a little bit, baby girl. I'm going to slide you over a little bit over here, okay? Good girl. Don't put your hiney in my face, sweetie, right there. All right. I would say coffee clinks to you all. Coffee clinks, good morning. Yes, that's lint and hay, green hay all over me. Clink, clink. Salute. Cheers. Got to hear some really beautiful stories yesterday, different stories of adversity and people who've overcome so very much. And I said this to a couple of people yesterday, and it's very true. And I'm saying it to you all as well. You get to listening to people, and you get to hearing their stories. And oh, BK Jr. says, "You did it, smashing success. How wonderful it must have been to feel that love in person. Well done." Thank you so much. I don't know if I'm able to put a like on that or not, but everyone was so very good to us. I can't like it from my laptop. From my phone, I probably could. Everyone was so very kind, and like I said, that was both at the park and here on the property. That you were very kind to Fire Chief Chris. We had 184 vehicles pass through here, which was you might would think it would be quite overwhelming for the animals, but everybody was on their very best behavior. We had no issues whatsoever. And so that made it to where the drive-through was wonderful. The police officer had nothing but high praise, and Fire Chief Chris sat right about through this area here, directing, talking to you all. He had a lot of wonderful stories to tell and share. So the animals, when I come over, I got here about 3:30 or so, and the animals were fine. And there was no animals all freaking out. No one was distressed. No one was panicked. The bulls were actually laying out in the pasture like just another day. The cows, I went out back and they were fine. I did have Animal Boy came over, and we had a really neat interview that I recorded, and I would love to play for you all in the next couple of days. I'm not going to have to do any editing because it was a simple sit down, side by side interview. And you're going to be enchanted by this young man, and rightfully so. And then I gave him the liberty to take the side by side, he and his grandfather, to take the liberty to take the side by side and a box of muffins. And guys, I did not mean for him to go through an entire box of muffins, but he and his grandpa went through. He's commenting on here now. I don't know how I can post it. I'm not using that StreamYard app, so I can't put his comment up here. But he and his grandfather went through almost an entire box of muffins. And so we had a couple of other friends come out later in the afternoon, and those cows were full. They were just stuffed with muffins, y'all. But he also recorded. And so at some point, what we're going to do, I says, David, I'm going to give you an opportunity of a lifetime. I says, we like you. Everybody likes you. I says, you have a very unique gift in storytelling and just this vast knowledge that you have. I says, after our interview, I'm going to ask you to start posting some videos to your very own channel. And then after you get yourself 5 or 10 videos posted, I'm going to introduce your channel to our niche of the world. And so we will allow you to grow yourself a channel. And I says, within a month or two, if we're lucky, and if you produce some quality content, you might be able to start making yourself a couple of dollars from your very own YouTube channel. And then all of those things that you share here on our channel, you can start sharing on your own. And so everybody just needs a chance, guys. People just need a chance. They need a window. They need a window of opportunity. And I think that if there's any living proof of that, is what happened yesterday. You know, we had that horrible situation with Hurricane Harvey. And there was not a Morrow there yesterday who was not directly or indirectly greatly affected by the effects of flooding from Hurricane Harvey. And yet yesterday we were so blessed to sit there. I think 14 of us with YouTube channels of our own, all of which have been monetized, meaning we can earn money from YouTube. And the things that the family has been able to do would have never been possible without you guys and without that window. And how crazy is it to know that something as devastating as a natural disaster, which took the lives of so many humans and animals and properties and homes and you name it, turned around to where, at least for our family, we're able to do things now that we could have never done before. You know, Jamie and I invest in the property here and the barns and the buildings and the animals. And my mom and dad just built themselves that little small cabin type home that they're going to, settle down in and live out the rest of their days, kind of downsizing. The blessing of giving the big house to Dusty and his wife, Jill, and their children. The things that Daniel and Lou, and I'm not going to get into every family member and all that they've done and what they've been blessed to do, but what a crazy turn of events, right? And so we had that window of opportunity with that darn hurricane flooding. And so yesterday to have the folks come out was just really sweet and just very, very nice. It was a big blessing. just a huge blessing. 3,000 guys, 3,000 people walked through that tent, that canopy. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I got blamed for the reason behind the long line. They were blaming me because I'm long-winded. I'm long-winded, okay? I'm sorry. I talk a lot. And where everyone else could like give a hug and a handshake and a high five and a quick little, just a quick tidbit of information, they blamed me for slowing down the line. They did. Tina came and got me. Sister Tina, who has no filter, just come right over there and she says, "You're slowing the line down. People out there are hot and they need to come inside here, and it's you need to move." Y'all saw her do it on my video. If you saw my live video, you saw Tina do it. And she goes, "By the way, I want to hear you rap like Vanilla Ice." And Tina, stop. You're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing everybody by slowing us down. You need to get out there and move. Boy, that's my sister Tina. That's Sister Tina for you. I love Tina. She and I have always been very close. We're close in age. We're only a year apart in age. Someone goes, "Lester, you were in your element yesterday." No, I wasn't. I was a nervous wreck. I was talking so much because I was scared. Guys, I was terrified. And I never had to pop my pill. I never popped a pill. Thank you, Lord, because I wanted to, guys. Trust me. Anyone who knows me knows that I will pop a pill. The legal kind, legal pills. I pop legal pills with the prescription. And my prescription says take as needed. So that doesn't really say I can only take it at night or only in the morning. My prescription says take as needed. And trust me, I needed. But I also did not want to get into a zone and just be a zombie waiting there to meet everybody. Sharon goes, "You never looked terrified." I was. You know how they say mind over matter? I just put myself in that zone. I just put myself in that zone. I'll tell you a secret. Anyone who's ever been in the military, especially the Marine Corps, will tell you that you're taught something early on. All right, listen to this. Now, just hear me. You don't got to believe me, but just hear me. And I'm going to say a bad word. I'm going to say a bad word, but it's military talk. In the military, they teach you and they brainwash you into believing that no matter where you go, you're the baddest mother effer in that place. They teach you, and this is drilled in your head from day one, that you are the baddest place. You're the baddest MFer in that place. And make you believe that, once they just ingrain that into you, you have to take on that mindset. You have to, at some point, let your fears go, let all of your anxiety go, let all of your insecurities go, forget about your wrinkles around your eyes, forget about that belly you got sticking over your belt, forget about the this or forget about the that, and just believe that you are the baddest MFer in that place. And whenever you can go in there with that attitude of I'm the baddest MFer in this place. Now, hey, listen, don't get me wrong. It has gotten a lot of soldiers in trouble around the bar scene, okay? Around the bar, you got soldiers everywhere who all think they're the baddest MFer in that place. And there's a lot of bar fights, okay? But what I'm saying is in public settings, you have to sometimes begin to sort of like put yourself into that zone. Yes, those who are married to Marines know that what I'm saying is true. And I don't think it's just the Marines. I bet you there are military, probably police officers, and a lot of people who try to make you understand that you're a bad MF, and you don't let your weaknesses show, and you don't let your vulnerabilities show. And you guys know me. Hell, I've cried 10 times this year alone on camera. So you know that I'm not the bad MFer. I'm a scared man. Okay. But yesterday I had to turn on the juice. I had to turn it on and say, I'm not going to be bashful. I'm not going to be shy. I'm not going to give in to my insecurities. I'm going to shake these hands. I'm going to hug these people. I'm going to welcome them and thank them for their drives and thank them for their love and their support. And I had a lot of fun doing that. A whole lot of fun doing that. I'm waking up here at the JL Ranch. Jamie is waking up this morning at Longhorn Lester's. I did all of my chores. I've already done everything. Guys, when I woke up this morning, I was exhausted. If I had not heard Ivy screaming, Ivy, my donkey, our pony, if I had not heard Ivy screaming, I would still be in bed. I'm tired. Fire Chief Chris texted. He goes, "How you feeling, big boy?" or something. I'm like, I'm sore and I'm tired and my voice is cracking. I think I may go hoarse. No, there was nothing left in the tank, guys. Come 9 o'clock last night, there was nothing left in the tank to go to the casino. I don't know if anyone else went. I'm hoping that if anyone did go, they had a great time. We took Animal Boy along with his grandfather, along with Sweet Brenda, Basket Case Wendy, and Denise. We got to give Denise a nickname, along with Jamie, and then Rebecca, the sweet lady who does our merch. And we went to go eat. We took them to go eat, and it was around 6, maybe 6:30 yesterday afternoon. And we had dinner. But I'll tell you what, once we got back here, and it was probably, oh my gosh, Amalia Chavez, I think it is Chavez. I got a funny story to tell. Sweet lady, please don't give me your money. Please go get your nails done, or go get your hair did, or just go get a massage or something pretty for yourself. We've been abundantly blessed with people. No, we did not go to Big Jake's. There was a lot of folks who went to Big Jake's, but we did not. We went to a place to have, a lot of people wanted buffalo wings. And so I took them to the best place to eat buffalo wings. It's a place here called The Dugout. So the funny story that I told a little bit yesterday, and I know that Jamie and I will talk more about it later on today when we go live tonight together, is that there's a Facebook page, and it's called Polk County Talk. Polk County is the county here around Livingston. And then the funny thing about Polk County is that it's a small community. And if you want any information about anything, someone can type in, "Hey, what's going on Highway 59 there out of Livingston?" And you'll have 100 people come in and say, "I heard there's a fire," or "So-and-so said there was a double shooting," or man, people will just fill up with information. And you can go to Polk County and find out a little bit about everything. Funny story. Yesterday, Jamie got sent a link from Polk County Talk, and someone said, "Who are the Morrows?" Who are the Morrows? Because, guys, like we told you, yes, I met Miss Tuffy. Guys, like we told you, we've been living in this town for about 5 years now, but we don't go around announcing ourselves. We have a relationship with a couple of feed stores, Tractor Supply and My Feed Store there at Richardson. We have a relationship with the propane company, who also is the dirt company. They're at Victory Propane, Victory Dirt. And besides that, we don't really, we go eat a couple of places, but when we go out to eat, we don't say, "Well, hello there, I'm Longhorn Lester. I'm Lester Morrow." We just go eat. So I would say that we have a fairly low profile. We don't go to city council meetings. We don't go to school board meetings. We don't do any of that stuff. So I would say for living here for 5 years, we are very relatively unknown. And so the funny story is yesterday from the fairgrounds or from the park, they had the radio show, the radio host from there, the local radio station. And the guys were saying like, we're not real sure what's going on in this one canopy, but boy, there's a ton of, and they're talking about this canopy over here, the Morrows, and they're talking about the Morrows, and no one knows who are the Morrows. And then it went across Polk County talk. Who are the Morrows? And all these people don't know who we are, y'all. They have no idea who we are. But boy, we brought a group into town. They gonna learn. They gonna learn. Someone said they gonna learn. They about to learn. I'm playing. No, we have absolutely no intentions of trying to be them. Livingston got to meet the Morrows. I think it was a great event and a wonderful turnout. We are so very blessed to have met some beautiful people who traveled far and wide. I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but man, I got to meet a wonderful couple from Canada, not the crazy people. No crazies. We met no crazies, y'all. There was no crazies. No crazies. We know they're out there, but no crazies. I met a Donna, but not that Donna who wants to kill me. That Donna never showed up. The police officers were wonderful. Very, 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 very well received, guys. The crowd was just so wonderful to us. And I will say that I was a little bit, I could change one thing. I would have made it to where those folks who had to stand in that long line, that if you've seen any of the videos, and I'll put my drone footage up tonight before Jamie and I go live. If you could see that line that these people waited in, and I know I promised you beautiful weather here in November. I kept saying not too hot, not cold. I kept saying in the 70s. But I'll tell you what, it climbed out of the 70s for a little bit. And it was a little bit warm out there for those who had to wait in that line. But it was a really beautiful event. So I'm pleased. And yes, the family messenger. Can I read you something? Glasses. I did not bring any glasses. I got some text here. Lacey, Fire Chief Chris, and Jamie are all texting me. Animal Boy has texted. I'm trying to find the family chat. There was a lady. This is beautiful. A lady, so if you get a chance to watch the video, and I don't know exactly if anyone videoed this particular thing, but Levi, Kim's son, who's autistic, sitting there, and all he does, you guys know, if you know anything about autism, sometimes people who are autistic can have these fixations. They get fixated, and there might be a better word. I don't know much about it, but they get fixated on things. And Levi can sit down with a 500 piece of a typing paper or printer paper, and he'll just start writing his Christmas list. And once that page is full, he'll sign his name and he'll move to the next one. And Levi sat there for 4 or 5 hours making list after list after list. And a lady wanted to buy those lists from him. And Kim just said, no, just take them. Just take the list. Just please do me a favor and take his list. So it was cute because there were people who were seeing that, they were seeing the Denman Homestead was selling some of their merch. Megan and LE sold some of their earrings and the things that Megan makes. I don't know. I don't know who all had merch to sell. I just don't remember, guys. I'm sorry. I think Dan and Lou might have, but Kim doesn't do merch. And they told Kim, maybe not now, but think about it. Next time y'all do this again, let Levi be your merch. People love Levi. Let him make a list, sign his name to it, and do that. What a powerful thing for Levi. I'm not going to, I would have to scroll through way too much. That might be my favorite picture of the day. And that right there shows a little bit of how every one of us felt after the event. That's Elora on the way home from Meet the Morrow event. Her and her dog in the back seat, and she is conked out, guys. Poor baby is conked out. And that is the way that every one of us felt last night. I promise you that. Once everyone went their separate ways, that is my mom's calling me this morning too. What's going on? I got a lot of messages from everybody. Even my mom's calling me. But we'll deal with all that later. But no, the family had a wonderful time. And I think it was really beautiful to watch their videos and see everyone's different perspectives. I know my dad was just on top of the world. And that, like I said, I've been to larger events and been blessed to have even been able to be a presenter at a large event. Jamie and Stephanie, you guys know, traveled recently to Alabama to do an event, visit an event. The one there at Pedal Past. And so this was a really neat thing, though, for my mom and my dad. And so I say thank you on behalf of them. My dad and my mom may never have a chance to tell you thank you. But seeing my dad just sitting there enjoying cups of coffee with people, seeing people put their hands around him and hug on him and love on him and smooch on him, and then seeing my mom making rounds and just being so sweet. And they were just very, very overjoyed. So I would just thank y'all on behalf of my dad. I was, don't get me wrong. I felt elated to know that it worked out and that it turned out good and that the people who came enjoyed themselves. Absolutely. Becky says, well, Pawpaw kissed me. Becky, yeah, I'm sure my dad laid a few lips on people himself. So I think it was a priceless moment. And like I said, guys, as we get older, there's no guarantees of what to happen next week or next month or next year. All right. But we will absolutely do this again. But there will be a change. There'll be a twist. We've already decided that what we will do next time is we will rent a venue, a covered venue, and we will make sure that we will not have anyone standing out in a line. Never again. We will make sure that we rent an arena or somewhere big enough where we can all be indoors and you can all have a place to sit. And there are places in this town who have things like that. So we will have indoors. It will be a place to sit, and we'll scatter ourselves about. We can still hug and love and do all of those wonderful things. Okay. I promise you. I promise you. And Jamie, she still wants to have a ball, a dance. So why don't we plan that? Why don't we start thinking now about the spring? And we will not call it Meet the Morrows. We will call it the Morrow Family Reunion. The Morrow Family Reunion. And you all are a part of this big, happy family. And so you start, yes, like a prom. And we will have a dance. And we'll have a DJ. And we'll be able to not only put our hands around you and give you those hugs and those kisses. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to dance. All right. We're going to dance with you too. Even if you're in a wheelchair, even if you're in, yeah, we can call it a spring fling. Guys, we can have a spring fling. And if you don't want to dance, you don't have to. All right. We might can have it catered possibly with like, oh, hold on, finger foods, little stuff. Maybe have a food truck or somebody. All right. And we'll do it in the spring before it gets too hot. We do not want you here in you don't want to come to Africa in the summer. Okay. And guys, we are Africa hot here. And I think that people who were here yesterday, oh, there's Brittany. Brittany was here yesterday. Brittany, you were here yesterday, right? Brittany, tell me that was you that I talked to. Brittany, please tell me that was you. Hold on, guys. Brittany, I'm watching for her comment. Brittany, please tell me that was you that I talked to. Brittany and her boyfriend or her husband were here. Beautiful young couple. And I said, yes, Brittany. I said, you're too young. You're just like a little girl. Even she's not a little girl, y'all. She's a beautiful young woman. I said, you're too young to be here. Look around you. Look around you, sicko. And Brittany, I am so sorry if that was your husband or your boyfriend, but I shook your hand. I hugged you. And I loved on you guys for a minute. We had a nice conversation. But I says, you are way too young to be here, sweet girl. And she is. But if Brittany, if y'all can come back in the spring for our dance. Is her husband Ivan? Okay, her husband is named Ivan, and I met them both. Yes, very beautiful, just beautiful people, y'all. If you've ever pictured beautiful people, they're just beautiful people. The two of them, they match, y'all. It's kind of like Ken and Barbie match. They just go together. Brittany and Ivan just go together. Just a beautiful couple. And it was a pleasure meeting them. And when I saw her, I'm like, wait, I know you. And she goes, it's me. And yeah, that was wonderful. So, all right, well, listen, you guys start thinking about it. We got to meet Tuffy. Yes, I met Miss Tuffy. Beautiful soul, y'all. Just a beautiful lady. Wendy's here this morning. Hey, Miss Wendy. I'll tell y'all something. I am not the only one who eats wings like an animal, because Miss Wendy can also eat wings, buffalo wings, like an animal. And here's what I did. Hey, Wendy. Good morning, love. Thank you, Brittany. It was a pleasure meeting you guys as well. Wendy and I both had wings, along with a few other people at our table. And I said, before we ever ordered, I says, ladies and gentlemen, I says, I'll never eat wings in front of anybody, because there's not a pretty way to eat wings. Bone-in wings, if you know what I'm talking about, it's very hard to eat bone-in wings with class. And if you are someone who knows how to eat a bone-in wing with class, then I would love a video of that. Because to me, there's only one way. You take that little drumstick, and as gross as it sounds, you just got to put that sucker in your mouth and start gnawing on it. And I says, Wendy goes, I'll eat them. And I think Brenda, Dodd, I'll eat them. Now Denise is a wuss. Denise is like, they're too hot. They're too spicy. I don't eat the hot and spicy stuff. Yeah, Denise, y'all. We thought Denise was something. She's a wuss. But no, several people ordered wings. And sure enough, guess what? Once those wings come, I waited. I took my first one and I waited. And here goes Wendy. And I'm like, yes. And then there goes sweet Brenda Dodd. And I'm like, yes. And at that point, I was all in, guys. I was all in. I tried to get Denise to eat one and she wouldn't do it. But no, those ladies come over also, and they took a drive on the side-by-side. I gave them a tutorial, and I gave them some muffins, and off they went. They had fun. I got some cute video of Sarah and her mom also came over. We've been friends with them for a long time. So we weren't inviting total strangers over, guys. We were not inviting total strangers over. We did have some friends over who we have met before and talked to before, and that we knew were not like cuckoo, 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 because no one wanted to die yesterday, okay? And so I apologize if I have hurt anyone's feelings by not having you over, but we did invite some friends over who we've met before at different events or different places. And of course, I wanted to meet Animal Boy and his grandfather for that interview. So, oh, Animal Boy is bragging. I'm tired of that braggart. I got to feed Serenity her first muffin by hand, and I got it all on video. Okay, Animal Boy, save it. Save it until your channel gets kicked off, okay? Save it till we kick off your channel. I'm playing. He's a wonderful young man. We had a great interview. But no, guys, I just can't think of anything that I would change besides having those folks who had to wait in a line out in the sun able to come inside. But I did. I went out there several times and I says, guys, let's just pack that tent. I know it's going to feel a little weird, but let's just all move in there and fill that darn tent up. And for the most part, people did. But a beautiful event, and we had so much fun. And my mom and dad, Daniel, Tina, Kim, Rob, my nephew Rob, Ellie, and Megan, Brianne brought that damn pig. Brianne brought that damn pig. Why would she not bring Carter? If she's going to bring a piggy, why not bring Carter? Carter, if Brianne would have brought Carter, that would have been the biggest attraction of the day. People would have lined up in droves to see Carter and fix her hair. Don't tell Bree I said that. Don't tell Bree that I said that. People would have lined up to fix Carter's hair. Bree knows I love her. That's my only niece, and I love Bree, guys. I love her. I love her. I love Bree, and y'all know that I love Bree. But I'll tell you who I love even more is Carter. I love me some Carter. And Carter wears her hair like Gemma. You guys all know Gemma is just a mess. That's Gemma. Well, guess what? That's also Carter. Carter is a mess. And if Bree would have brought Carter and put her in that little box with that piggy, my God, that could have been. Bree could have charged money to fix Carter's hair. Patricia goes, I would have lined up just to talk to Carter. Carter, hey, Carter will talk your ear off. I'll say one more thing about Animal Boy. I'm going to stop. I'm going to start ignoring him. Don't ever think that I can talk a lot. That kid cannot shut up. Okay, I love him. Animal Boy, David, I love you. Okay. I love you. Your grandfather, great guy, great family. But that kid, I'm going to call him a kid. That kid cannot shut up. That kid rattled, guys. He rattled. I don't know if it was nerves or if he just had a lot to say. But Animal Boy can talk. Is he still here or did he leave? I'm playing, sir. I'm playing with him, guys. I play. That's how I joke. Okay, I play. Animal Boy, don't listen to Lester. He was just excited. Is Animal Boy still here? Did he already leave? I bet you that they're traveling right now, maybe. I don't know. But no, in all honesty, Animal Boy says, oh, sorry, Lester, I'll stop talking if you want. Yeah, I talk a lot, but news was a factor. I'm messing with you, bud. I'm messing with you. But he's a talker, y'all. He's a talker. Boy, he's a talker. We took the Mini Pearl. We all got in the Mini Pearl and we drove over to the place we ate. And it was really neat getting everyone loaded up to the Mini Pearl. That was cute. I had Animal Boy get out and open the gate. So we had our very own gate guy. We had a gate guy, and Animal Boy had to open the gate. That was fun. But no, beautiful event. I hope you guys had a chance to at least visit one of the channels online and watch the live streams. I know we had some issues with Jamie's. I don't know why she lost her volume on the first one. And then when she went live a second time, it only would, her phone does that weird thing. It only allowed her up and down. I know many people don't like the up and down version. And I don't know if that's a YouTube thing or a Jamie thing, but my phone seems to record sideways just fine. Jamie's headed over. We have a fairly busy day with some cleanup and putting things away, but Jamie's headed over. Yes. Now, don't forget, Jamie also leaves out of town. She has to take that trip up to Illinois. So there's going to be today is her day of rest because she'll be back on the road. And I don't know if she's leaving tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm so sorry about Jamie's live stream. I don't know what to tell you guys. No one wants to give you a bad viewing experience, but you did. It was noisy, but when you get that many people into one small space, it does get to be pretty noisy. Animal Boy, Lester loves you too. I think that Animal Boy knows that. I was very impressed by Megan. She made lots of merch for the meet and greet. Very enterprising. Thank you, Miss Pauline. Megan appreciates that too. Megan, everyone, if you don't know Ellie and Megan, so Ellie is my son. You guys have known and met Ellie many times. Brittany, my husband said it was great to meet Lester, the man who took down the ostrich one-handed. Yeah, he talked about that. I reminded him, I had to say, hey, remember, Ivan, I says, over 100 people die every year from ostrich attacks. I'm just saying, I survived 3. I've just survived 3. Just know that 100 people die a year, but I have survived 3. I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to get attacked by Carl. But I was talking about Megan, and I was saying that Megan is just a beautiful soul. But guys, she does suffer through bouts of depression. And and I've said this so many times, and I know that if you don't get it, you'll never get it. But those who do, they get it. And this is one of those kind of things that you just, somebody's here. Somebody's here. Somebody's here. If you don't get depression, you're never going to understand it. You're like, just snap out of it. Just snap out of it. You're married. You got a wonderful husband who loves you. Snap out of it, lady. It's not like that, y'all. You don't just snap out of depression, okay? And like I said, if you don't get it, you don't get it. Guys, I'm going to have to let you guys go. I love you. Thank you for watching Cowboy Church. We're going to talk more tonight, I promise you. Meet the Morrows was wonderful. We're very blessed. All right. Tonight, Jamie and I will go live together, 8 o'clock our time. I'm hoping you'll be able to catch it, and we're going to debrief and talk about it together, okay? Let me go meet the visitors. Love you guys. We'll chef kisses. Mwah.